Manifestations is one of those things. You cannot meditate on greatness alone. You cannot daydream alone. But I want you to meditate and I want you to daydream. I daydream every day. I listen to 8 songs every day. That is it. At the gym, while I'm driving, that's what I picture movie scenes to. Until I make those movie scenes, I don't move on to another playlist. I daydream all the fucking time. But the masculine version of manifestation, of meditating on greatness, is to do that, but then to put action behind it. I'll call it the rational masculine version of manifestations. Daydream about it daily, but take action also. Okay? A couple famous examples of this. Dreams without goals are just dreams that ultimately fuel disappointment. Denzel Washington. I don't want to live in reality. I want to live in unreality, where dreams are possible. Tom Platz from the bodybuilding world. And just to touch on that for a minute, this is also where you understand that fantasy can help you as long as you don't only rely on fantasy. Like I talked about earlier, Joe Rogan must be a cat that has a razor sharp tunnel vision focus. Okay, as long as you have that and you're cutting out the bullshit, it is more than okay to dream. There is a magical part of our brain, use it, as long as you have action behind it. What Tom Platz is referring to when he says, I want to live in unreality. He means he doesn't want to live in the conscious reality of our society, where if you really think you can make it out of the 9-to-5 rat race and accomplish anything, you must be batshit crazy. That's simply not realistic. You're an adult. I'm sorry, my friend, I live in the real world. You know what I'm saying? We dream because we are not content with reality. When you become so attached to the idea of the dream, it creates suffering. J. Cole. What J. Cole's referring to in that instance is becoming attached to the idea of your dreams and meditating on it often, and the pain that will really create in your fucking life if you actually don't follow through on at least the base level of those aspirations, like I talked about. And I've done that, making films my whole life, but always wanted to make a feature, all the way up until I could actually make a feature. The idea of dreaming about a feature without the equipment, without actually hustling to get the resources to find the people like I ended up doing in my later 20s and doing Save a Ho and Thought Mommies and the opener and all of that, was incredibly painful, because every day there's a dream. Now, most of y'all may not be creatives, and I know that there's some creatives in the building, but relate that to the business that you want to start, the project that you want to start on. Dream and dream often, but then wake up and put action behind it. Makes the dreaming a whole lot better. That is what's called affirmations, okay? I want to call that the masculine version of manifestations. See what else we got? Again, just to clarify, affirmations versus manifestation. Let's consider manifestations. The Secret, that book that came out when I was a kid, it was hot for like a second. I don't know if mostly women bought it. A lot of people really bought into this. It was a huge book actually talking about like just wishing your way into things. Wish It, Think It, Do It by Brian Griffin on Family Guy. Remember they kind of actually parodied that idea that Brian was like, I really just want to make a book that sells. So in a day he wrote a book that tells you the same shit. You can imagine anything you want and it'll come to you. And then he ends up like getting confronted by Bill Maher and all that shit. Affirmation. Let's make that manifestation masculine. Let's give it a masculine quote. Mickey from Rocky V. You see yourself doing right and you do right. That's simple. Okay?